Oh yeah. I was so mad.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now for your B team homecoming. Zayden Green, Addison Cook, and Jax Price. Hunter S. Brandt, Riley Miller, and Jackson Patrick. Brandt. Gage Robinette, Cambry Johnson, Easton Rattle. Braden Berry, Reagan Boggs, Braxton Markins. Leland Atkins, Rosie Connell, Titan Kennedy. Kenton Vance, Natalie Osborne, Grayson Hensley. Malcolm Barker, Zoe Parsons, and Levi Halley. Tanner Dillenwater, Aria Pauley, and Gunnar Perry. Kingsley Workman, Adeline Shreve, and Grayson Taper. Mason Patrick, Brexton Woodrum, Delbert Ellis Jr. Eli Miller and Blake Turner. Your B Team King winner is Blake Turner.
You gotta get out first, Chandler. I ain't helping.
Your B Team Queen winner is Zoe Parsons. Everything that you need to know is right in front
I swear to God, he has the greatest future in demolition I've ever seen in my life. Well, today we found out who was going to ride him down here, and I had those big blue tires in my car. I said, there ain't no way. I said, he'll pop everything before they get down there. She's been up since 4. I know, they're gone. Even up here, look how high. That's probably $10 a stand. I'm saving room, obviously. So, hey, Henry.
Pretty self-explanatory, really.
Yeah, it's really not hard. Now, if you want to go into depth with like second down and 15 and on 1 yard, I usually don't do that because by the time I get it all punched in, they've already ran an overlay.
Right, yeah.
Oh gosh, this one feels thick. That ain't good.
I'm too blind for this. There it is.
I'm gonna play with it for a second before they start, like the downs and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem.
Ah.
I just figure if I do that, you can.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Scott High School here in Danville, West Virginia, as we are getting set for a triple header here today on homecoming for the Danville Hawks, as the B teams between Danville and Sherman getting set to kick things off here this afternoon, as Blake Turner will be the man to boot it away for the Hawks, and took a whiff on it as he caught it with his back foot on the way through, but see, Turner's just kind of got his arms out as if to say, I don't know what happened. So there's one way to start the game. So now the officials will discuss, and I believe it's just Sherman ball right there, and that's what it will be. So Sherman will get a little bit of a gift to get things started here this afternoon, as they'll start from the Madison 40-yard line. Sherman's C-Team JV won 6-0 in the first contest today. Again, you saw the visual of that here on video production. And now the Tide come to the line of scrimmage here on first down for the first play of this contest. As Cam Thompson will be the quarterback. They'll line up in a shotgun formation here on first down. Thompson will roll near his side, looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's hit several times and finally going to get brought down deep in the backfield, as Robinette and several others able to come up and get Palmer Lusk that time, who took the snap. So not sure if that was going to be a designed pass or run play that time, but Luss just did not see anything open and had nowhere to go with the football, so just had to eat it in the backfield. That'll be a 7-yard loss and make it 2nd and 17 here for the Tide. Now Sherman comes to the line of scrimmage after a tough first play. They'll pitch it back, fumbled snap, and this time they'll just have to dive on it back to the 50. That'll be a loss of another 3 yards. As Luck just wisely dropped on top of it to prevent further damage. A couple of tough plays to start this game for Sherman. Now it'll be 3rd down and very long here for the Tide from midfield. They need the 30-yard line. Sherman going to try and see if they can have a successful snap on this opening series. You had a loss of 7 and a loss of 3. Lusk will take the snap, rolls, tries to throw it, has it tipped in the air and knocked away. And a quick 3 and out for Sherman. We'll give the ball over to Danville. It's Turner and company there to help make the stop on that, get their hands on the ball.
I would, yeah.
Now we'll see if Sherman elects to punt or go for it here on 4th and 20. Bring different personnel onto the field. Sherman will look to try and go for it here from midfield on 4th and 20. As flag comes flying in immediately, and it's not going to matter either way as Luss going to eat it in the backfield again for a big loss. And unless this goes against Danville, that's going to be a turnover on downs. And I'd imagine this will be a decline penalty. Danville will take over with good field position after creating a loss on every play that drive, except for the incompletion. It's a Danville B team that dominated last week in their win over Lincoln. Danville was able to shut out Lincoln in all 3 games last week. The Hawks B team comes to the line of scrimmage for their first play of the afternoon. From the 45, they'll pitch it back, and this gets away deep in the backfield. Trying to go back and fall on it, and does is Titan Kennedy. But we've seen miscues on both sides now to start this contest. That pitch just got away. That's a loss of 14 in all. And that'll bring up 2nd and 24 now for the Hawks. Both sides trying to find their first positive yardage of the game. As Price will come to the line of scrimmage under center. He'll hand it off this time. Little burst right up the middle. Kennedy breaks free, and he's in the clear. And Kennedy is going to take it all the way to the house for a touchdown from 59 yards out on 2nd and 24. So what a start for Danville. After the disastrous opening play, come right back with a long touchdown run. And they lead it right out of the gate 6-0. Danville will now like to go for 2 here. We saw Kennedy had a rushing touchdown last week against Lincoln County. He, Robinette, Halley, and Price all got on the board with rushing touchdowns. This time Halley will be the deep back here on the two-point conversion. They'll pitch it back once again, not executed as it gets away, and that'll be no good on the two-point conversion. But Danville leads it 6-0 with 4:29 left in the first. We'll be back after this as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football here on Video Productions. Six to nothing, Danville leads it as Turner this time gets a hold of the kick after whiffing on it the first time, but it's recovered by Sherman out at about the 47-yard line of Danville. So they'll start out with good field position once again here with nearly half the first quarter gone. Danville scoring on 2 plays on their drive. Sherman went nothing but backwards on their first possession.
We have a Hopper grant for Grayson Hensley. So proud of you, big guy. Keep tackling. Mom, Dad, Braylee, Joshua, and Leslie. He had him last night, though. They should be. Is he just sitting right here?
And it looks like we may have an equipment issue with one of the tied offensive linemen this time, as Daniel Stanley will have to come off the field. Looked like he may have been having issues with his face mask. On first down, they'll rush to the far side. A little bit of a hole this time. Nice burst up inside the 45, down to about the 42-yard line. Goes Wyatt Mason. Hensley made the tackle, but that's going to be a gain of 5, close to 6 yards on first down. So it'll be second down and about 4 now.
Started with 5, ended up with like probably like 9 minutes.
Sherman now approaches the line of scrimmage. Again, last week we had some delay of games called, and after a few of those at the start of the game, I believe the officials just allowed it to take its place afterwards and give the team as much time as needed in order to get their snap off, as they'll try and rush to the outside this time, turning up field and a little bit of room. Nice open field tackle as Mason able to pick up the first down, it appears. S. Brandt picks up the first down. Sherman, after that tough opening drive, nice start to this one. Signaling for the clock to wind, and there we go. So we close in on 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. One of the officials coming in, wanting to make sure everyone was situated the right way. So snap it back on first down and give it off, and nowhere to go this time, as getting swallowed up is Cam Thompson back behind the 40-yard line. So lose about 3 on that carry.
Stopped in the backfield by Xavier Green.
We'll spot him at about the 41-yard line. So officially a loss of 4 on the play. So after a couple of successful running plays, Sherman takes a few steps back, and now 2nd and 14. Snap it deep. Mason trying to get outside, and once again he swallowed up that Danville defensive line, able to break through. Looks like another loss of 4 on the play, back to the 45-yard line. Just seen it in games. It's so difficult to run east and west against this Danville defense. Now they need the 27-yard line for a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 20. 3rd and 18 here officially now. Snap it back to Mason, trying to get away. Got through the first wave of rushers from Danville and cuts up field for about a yard. That'll make it 4th down and 17 now. We fall under a minute to go here in the first quarter. And Sherman went for it on 4th down on the last possession from about midfield and passed on punting.
So much, buddy. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the great work and reach for the stars. Now go get somebody. From Mom and Hayden.
See what Sherman's got in their bag here. Again, tried a couple of passing attempts on the first drive. The only one they got off was a tipped pass. They'll get one off here into the flat, complete at the 40-yard line, but not much further. This tackle made after about a 4-yard pickup, and Danville will take over on downs with 13 seconds left here in the first quarter.
I'll be a turnover on downs, Hawks ball.
Danville scored on just 2 snaps on their first possession. It was Kennedy breaking free for a 59-yard touchdown. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter.
8-minute quarters.
And we'll step aside for a break and be back right after this as you're watching Danville youth football action here on Video Productions. Start of quarter number 2 here from Danville, West Virginia, as Danville leading Sherman here in this B team matchup 6-0 here on homecoming as they give it off to Robinette. He breaks to the outside. He's across midfield, and now Robinette into the clear. He's down the sideline, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. He gets one up on Kennedy as he'll take it 60 yards after Kennedy's 59-yard run earlier. So 3 plays and a 12-0 Danville lead. They have dominated up front in this rushing attack thus far. The only thing that's hurt Danville on offense thus far is just trying to run a pitch play. Both times they ran that, it was a loss of 14 and then a loss of about 7 on the 2-point conversion last time. Will go for 2 once again. So they'll put Hallie as the deep back. Robinette come up. It's an extra blocker in the backfield as he, Price, and Hallie appear to be all on different pages right now. But now it'll be Robinette in as the deep back. So roll Price out, looking to throw as a man in the back of the end zone, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion as Kennedy catches it going to the ground. And it is a 14-0 lead for Danville. We'll be back in a moment as you are watching Danville Hawk Youth Football right here on Video Productions. Fourteen to nothing, Danville leads it as they go onside. Looks like an illegal touch by Danville as Sherman recovers it anyway at about the 46-yard line. So the officials just let that go, and Sherman will start from there to begin this drive as they've not had much luck thus far as they've picked up 1 first down on the last drive. They've had a tough time getting their offense going while Danville has only run 3 plays on offense, but they scored 2 touchdowns thus far. Now the officials see if they were going to call that illegal touching now after all of this. But they're going to spot it at the 47-yard line, and this is where the drive will start. So they've used Lusk and Mason in at quarterback thus far. So it'll be Mason who takes this snap, trying to get to the outside, outruns first defender, trying to get to the edge. Hallie tries to run him down. He can't get him, but on the back end, brought down by Hensley. So a long way to run for Mason that time to pick up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 now for Sherman.
Honker grant for Grayson Tabor. We are very proud of you. Continue to be tough on that field. We are your biggest fans. Always follow your dreams. We love you forever and always. Your mama and papa.
Now 2nd down and 9. Sherman back to the line of scrimmage. So they'll go back with Lusk here on 2nd and 9. He'll pitch it back, trying to find some space, cutting upfield inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line.
Tackle made by Grayson Hensley.
Hensley once again on the tackle. Durham Adkins got the carry that time for Sherman. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 now. So we're under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Sherman trying to do all they can to keep the ball out of Danville's hands after their offense has been so explosive thus far. On 3rd and 7, looked to be a quarterback keeper up the middle, but Turner all over it right from the snap. And that'll be for no gain and create a 4th down and 7 now.
You're good at this. Remember that girl that died over at Sherman?
So it's going to be 4th and 7 here for the Tide. And they'll likely go for it again from here. They've not yet elected to punt in this contest. They've gone for it from about a similar part of the field all 3 times now. Go with the 3 in the backfield. Lusk appears to be ready to take the snap this time. Mason, though, back deep. So we'll see who they elect to snap it to here on 4th and 7. It'll be to Lusk. They'll pitch it back. Atkins, it is the deep man. Looked to throw on the halfback pass, but that's incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs. So once again, the Hawks defense stands strong. And they'll get the ball back with great field position yet again. We've seen they've been lethal thus far when they've had the ball in their hands. They also get the ball to start the 3rd quarter too. As here comes Jax Price back onto the field.
Off the ground here for Levi Howard. Good luck today. We are so proud of you. We love watching you run the football. We love you, number 27. Mom and Dad.
Price will go under center here. Power formation for the Hawks. Price pitches it as he's hit to Halley. Halley trying to get to the corner, able to do so as he turns upfield. He's to the 40. He's in a foot race now, and Halley's going to win this foot race. 3 touchdowns on 4 plays here in the first half. This one from 56 yards out. It has just been a lethal rushing attack here in the first half by Danville. They now hold a commanding 20-0 lead nearly midway through the 2nd quarter. So again, you've had Kennedy with a touchdown run, Robinette with 1, and now Halley with 1. So all 3 backs with a touchdown here in the first half. Kennedy made the grab on the 2-point conversion a moment ago, and Danville will go for 2 yet again here. Put Halley back deep, Robinette up this time after they circled that around the last time. They'll pitch it back. Halley once again comes at a tough angle, able to pick it up, and Halley still, despite the bobble, able to outrun everyone to the corner, and he's in for the 2-pointer. 22-0, Hawks lead it here on homecoming. 4:06 to go in the half. We'll be back after this as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football right here on Video Productions. It's been a dominating first half for the Danville Hawks as they lead at 22-0 over the Sherman Tide. As Turner kicks this one upfield. It goes off of a Tide player and recovered by Danville. And Kennedy able to fall on top of it after it went off of the Sherman up man. And things just going from bad to worse for Sherman here in the first half as everything clicking for Danville thus far. As we said, they've scored 3 touchdowns on 4 plays. The only play they ran that didn't result in that was on the first play that they ran. It was a pitch play that got away and was a loss of 14.
I think so.
So on the last 3 snaps, it's all been touchdowns for Danville.
I think if they get up by 30, I think it's a non-stop clock at that point.
Now here comes Danville to the line of scrimmage yet again, and Sherman trying to find any sort of an answer to try and slow down this offense. Again, with that 3-headed monster in the backfield that Danville possesses, it's hard to find someone that you're going to be able to get off the field on, as Price keeps it this time, trying to rush upfield. Had the ball ripped away from him, but Price able to fall back on top of it, as that'll be a loss of 1 on the play. So it finally breaks the streak of touchdowns. And you kind of tell they want to get Price one as well. That was pretty similar to last week after all 3 running backs got the touchdown in the B-team game. Then Price was the one they focused on to try and get a score, and I'd say you'll probably see that here as well if they get close. But right now here in the first half, you're dominating the line of scrimmage. Your backs are dominating. Just give it to one of those 3 hosses and see what they can do. Because if you're Danville, there's really no wrong answer as to who you want to try and give the ball to. Now it's 2nd and 11. Price under center, again breaking through, but giving it off to Robinette the last second. Robinette almost able to break free once again, but brought down at about the 48-yard line of Sherman. And if that tackle wouldn't have been made, he's probably in the end zone once again right now. .220 and counting here in the first half. 3rd down and about 6 here for Danville. More than likely 4 down range either way. It's Robinette getting his face mask and chin guard fixed by the official. Kennedy appears to be the deep back this time. They'll pitch it back to him. Kennedy waiting, now turns the corner. At the 45 to 40, tries to stay in bounds and does. Cuts back at the 30, cuts back again, trying to get across field. Sidesteps another man. Kennedy still on his feet to the 25, down to the 20. Kennedy, does he have enough room? Yes, he does. And a flag comes in at the last second to possibly wipe it out. Boy, and Kennedy, he ran good 2 miles on that play, but then a block that was probably unnecessary at the very end at about the 11-yard line is going to bring some of that back. But it'll be a 1st down for Danville as we have 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Player down for Sherman, so we'll step aside and be back right after this. Back to action. Thankfully, Sherman player able to get up and off the field. And now here on first down, look to go to that pitch play again. And this time it gets blown up as Price gets dropped in the backfield for about a 3-yard loss. That play has either been feast or famine so far today for Danville. It's either resulted in something huge or something really bad, one or the other. So trying to get that pitch play down as we get to a minute to go in the first half. And Danville will burn their first time out. So we'll be back right after this as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football on Video Productions. First timeout used by Danville. So we have 59 seconds left in the first half. It was a loss of 4 on the previous play. So now 2nd and 14. Price under center. He'll give it off. Robinette trying to get to the outside. That time Sherman able to bottle it up and hold that to a short gain. As it'll bring up 3rd down about 12 now for Danville. As Hawks have those 2 timeouts in their back pocket, but they're going to hold it right now. See if they can get another play off here as we're under 30 seconds to go in the half. I'm a little surprised they haven't called it yet. I'd say they'll probably call one soon, and there it is with about 19 seconds left in the half, now 18. So that'll be the 2nd charge timeout for Danville. We'll be back in just a moment as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football on Video Productions. Third down now and 11 for Danville. Closing in on halftime. They give it off to Kennedy. What a sidestep by that young man inside the 10, inside the 5, and Kennedy will score just as we head into halftime. What a run by Titan Kennedy as clock stops with just 3 seconds left, and Kennedy gets his 2nd touchdown run of the half. And that while also catching a 2-point conversion earlier, and it's now 28-0, all Danville here in the first half. It's been 4 possessions and 4 scores for Danville, and they also get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Go for 2 yet again. Didn't convert on their first try. Have on the last 2, but now a flag going to come in and a false start against the Hawks. So that will up the degree of difficulty now on this 2-point try. Now they'll have to snap it from the 8-yard line this time. Robinette will be the deep back. And they never had a chance on that. It's just a bull rush up the middle and stop on the play for Sherman. But it's 28-0 Danville with 3 seconds left here in the first half. So we'll step aside and be back after this as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football on Video Productions. Final seconds of the first half as Turner will kick it away as Danville recovered an onside kick last time after it went off of a Sherman up man. And evidently we're going to try and make the final minute of this first half last forever now. As the officials trying to eventually get this kickoff set up. Turner will kick this one away. Not going to make it 10 yards, so it'll die there at the 45, and that will do it for the first half here from Danville as the Hawks lead at 28-0 here on homecoming in this first of 3 games this afternoon on Video Productions. We'll be back for the start of the third quarter after this break as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football here on Video Productions. Start of quarter number 3 here from Danville, West Virginia, as it's a little squib kick that goes to Kennedy. Kennedy will take off with it to the right side. He's at the 40, 35, 30, looking for his 3rd score of the day, and Kennedy will have it. Touchdown Danville as the beat goes on here this afternoon for the Hawks. They lead it now 34-0, and that will put us in the running clock situation for the rest of the half now, as it'll only stop on injuries, timeouts, or scores. As Kennedy has had himself a heck of an afternoon thus far, and still a large part of it's yet to go. But I'd start saying you'll see some of the backups get into the game here throughout the second half for Danville, now that this game has started to get out of hand. So Danville will go for 2. Again, they're 2 of 4 today on 2-point conversions. Price will keep it himself, gets to the outside, and he'll stroll into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. And it's now 36-30 in favor of Danville. We'll be back after this as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football right here on Video Productions. A short little squib kick here will go to Sherman as they'll recover it at about the 41-yard line. And now you see a lot of the JV team coming in for Danville with this 36-0 lead, as it has just been an onslaught here this afternoon in favor of the Hawks. And as we said, the clock will continue to wind now unless we have a timeout, as they do have the mercy rule, which is normally 30 points in youth football now. Obviously in high school it gets about 35 points in the second half. Normally in the fourth quarter that clock will continue to run, or 42 points now if it's before the fourth quarter. But this also, whenever things are a little bit more one-sided in a game like this, it does help prevent from running up scores. Not that anyone has that intention today, but running up scores also preventing injuries, as that snap bobbled and on the ground. Let's see who's got this. Looks like Danville has recovered it, as they pick it up and they force the turnover. As Kingsley Workman was the one that was able to get through and make the recovery for Danville. And now the Hawks get it right back here as we approach the midway point of the third quarter. Again, Danville has scored all 5 times they've had the football today. A lot of the starting offense still on the field for Danville. That's Price. Goes under center. He'll pitch it back. Robinette with a couple of lead blockers out in front, trying to wait. Gets by his first man. Now gets upfield inside the 35. And Robinette pick up a nice gain of 5, close to 6 yards on first down. Robinette had had one of the first touchdown runs of the game in the first half. Kennedy's had 3 touchdown runs. Hallie has 1. Robinette has 1. Kennedy also has a catch on the 2-point conversion. Hallie ran in a 2-point conversion, and Price ran one in just a moment ago. Price will pitch it to the left side this time. Kennedy gets it, trying to get to the corner. He'll cut inside instead. Gets through one man. What a spin move at about the 28. Tries to spin again, and he's going to be tackled, looks like just a little shy of the first down, but that was an exciting run by Kennedy to pick up 5 more to add to his total. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1 now for Danville. It'll be 3rd and 1 from about the 29-yard line of Sherman. It's under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Price with all 3 of his backs in the backfield, and how we get several tied defensive linemen jumping into the neutral zone, and that will be encroachment against the Tide. And that'll give Danville an easy first down. That'll push the line of scrimmage now to the Sherman 24. Now it'll be 1st and 10. As we said, they got that 3-headed monster in the backfield. Price is going to keep it this time, looking for blocks out there, trying to outrun a man, able to turn the corner. Now he's to the 20, the 15, down to the 10, and stepping out of bounds inside the 10-yard line as Price gets a good gain of about 15 yards on the carry. And that'll set up 1st and goal for Danville. Close in on 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if Danville gets another playoff here in this period. Again, Danville not in a whole lot of a hurry here. Again, scored on the kickoff return to start the 3rd quarter by Kennedy. Now, after the fumble by Sherman, they're back down inside the 10-yard line once again. And it appears as if that will be it for the 3rd quarter, as Danville may break the huddle here, but they're not going to have time to get this play off, and we'll get ready to go to the 4th quarter right after this, as you're listening to and watching Danville Hawk Youth Football right here on Video Productions. Start of quarter number 4 here from Scott High School as Danville on the verge of another score here on 1st and goal as Price keeps it to the outside under some duress, able to get away. He gets a block at the 10. He's to the 5 as he stretches out, and they're going to say he's out of bounds right at the 1-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and goal from there. It's a 7-yard run for Price. Puts them right on the doorstep now of cracking the 40-point mark. Again, Price, the only consistent runner on the team that hasn't gotten into the end zone yet for a touchdown. He has on a 2-point conversion. I'd imagine you'll see him keep the ball yet again here. Danville looks to go back-to-back weeks and getting all 4 of their big guys into the end zone. Price will go under center. He'll get the snap, he'll keep it, and takes it off the right side, and Price is in standing up for a touchdown. It's 42-0 now in favor of Danville here in the early stages of the 4th quarter. They'll go for 2, and again coming up next here on Video Productions, we'll have Danville and Sherman in the C-team contest. And then our final game of the evening will be the Sherman and Danville A-team. So again, this is about the 8 and 9-year-old division. Next will be the 6 and 7-year-old division, and then the last game will be the 10 and 11-year-olds. And Sherman trying to get a player on here. Looks like a substitution for them. Price got the snap, but he was on a knee when he went to get it as it was a little bit bobbled. And 2-point conversion, no good, but it's a 42-0 lead for Danville. We'll be back after this as you're watching Danville Hockey Football right here on Video Productions. Blake Turner set to kick off yet again here as he's had quite a few this afternoon with a 42-0 lead for Danville. As Turner will kick it upfield this time, bobbled at about the 40 and fallen on there by the Tide as that'll keep the clock rolling as we hit 4 minutes to play. And a great homecoming here for the Danville B team. They're well on their way to a win and looking to try and have a clean sweep just as they did last week over Lincoln County. As next week, Danville B team and the rest will head up to Chapman, or head up to Logan rather, and face off against Logan. Then they'll be back on October 5th at home to face Chapmanville. And regular season finale will be away at Man on October 12th. Now Sherman will call for time here. They try and get themselves aligned. for what will likely be their final drive of the contest. So we'll be back right after this as you're watching Danville Hawk Youth Football on Video Productions. Out of the timeout, Sherman looking to try and salvage this afternoon. They've had one first down in the game thus far. It was on their second drive of the game, but the Danville defense has just been smothering all game as their big hit laid on the quarterback as that pass falls incomplete as Kingsley Workman able to break through. He had a fumble recovery earlier, and now he gets a big hit on the quarterback to make it 2nd down and 10. Again, the C teams lining up. Again, they'll have their homecoming ceremony prior to kickoff down on the field. Sherman is down there warming up right now. And see the players and cheerleaders for Danville over near the locker room area on the far side. Now 2nd down and 10. Snap comes back. Luck trying to get away. He was under pressure from Workman. Gets towards the sideline. Able to stay on his feet and finally steps out of bounds along the far side. Good job by Lusk trying to do something with that after the fact, but just good job by Danville staying in their lanes and not allowing any opening for Lusk to try and cut up into. We're under 90 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Sherman likely has just a couple of plays left here in this contest as they come back to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 10. So Will Lust to the near side, tries to cut up field, now tries to get to the outside, has a little something out there to the 45. He'll get out to midfield with a 1st down and finally brought down along the near side after a good open field tackle that time by Kenton Vance. That'll be their first down since the 1st quarter. That'll be a gain of about 16, close to 17 for Lusk. It's down to 30 seconds to go. Sherman will try and hustle and see if they can get one more play off here before the final horn. They send a couple men on and off here. They're down to 15 seconds. Sherman get lined up here. They might have a chance to get this play off. They're down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, and that will do it this afternoon here in this B team contest as Danville routs the Sherman Tide 42-0 here on their homecoming. They win it going away and pitch back-to-back shutouts here at home against Lincoln County and now against Sherman. So we have got another game coming up next year on Video Productions. The C teams will be coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes, so don't go far as you are watching Danville Hawk Youth Football action right here On Video Productions.
Is that what you're doing for the end?